Well, thanks for doing this. It's
Bet.
been very informative, a lot of really good interviews, and um, um, let our grassroots know what your position on life, on the right to life is, how that position has been shaped over time, and what specific experience you have in advancing that view.
Sure. Well, I believe that we all have to live mission-driven lives. Certainly, I think we all try to, at least I hope so. I think we all can fall short, but I think that we ought to live every day pleasing to God. I'm a 100% Psalm 139 pro-life Republican. I support our Republican platform, which I think is rock solid on the issue of abortion. I believe that life begins absolutely at the time of conception. So every question after that, if you believe that life absolutely begins at conception, as I do, then you believe that the Declaration of Independence, the 14th Amendment, the Equal Protection Clause, protects that independent human life. So if we start there, then every single question after that is really easy. And that's where I start when I think about the issue of abortion. So that's first of all. Second of all, I think my Christian faith is the foundation of my view on the issue of abortion. I believe that my opinion and view of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution shapes my opinion on the issue of abortion. I was involved in a CareNet crisis pregnancy center in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Helped them also get implemented in a town called Racine, Wisconsin, all in the southeastern area of Wisconsin, which I think is a great place and a safe harbor for women facing difficult situations where pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, food, diapers, and also an opportunity to share the love of Christ with people who are in real trouble and in making some tough decisions. So that's it in a nutshell. It's kind of a long answer, but I think
That's what we're
today,
looking
yeah,
for, looking for what's in there and what you've done. So thank
yeah,
you. That's
absolutely,
a
and that's what's
beautiful
in my
answer.
heart. And certainly, I would never turn my back on that belief.
Well, thank you. That's a beautiful answer, and it leads to the next question, which is the walking the walk portion of it as RNC chair. Uh, as chairman, what specifically would you do differently than current and past administrations when it comes to the issues of life? Will you highlight this issue in political advertising and in the institution of the RNC?
Well, certainly. I mean, it's a core principle of mine. Like I just said, I think it's something that's woven in my heart. It's something that I believe that as a person of faith that I have an obligation to just on that basis, let alone being in a position of some authority, at least within the party. I think I've demonstrated that as chairman of the state of Wisconsin. If you look at our resolutions and our platform, we're very clear on our position of life. Personally, I believe that if I was to be elected chairman of the RNC, that would be something that I'd have an even bigger obligation to uphold the position that I have on abortion, and I think that I'd be a huge disappointment to God if I didn't. And I think that that's something that I hope that I can portray in this interview that motivates me, and that I believe that with bigger responsibility comes a bigger obligation, and I think that's true for all of us in life.
Have you found that in your position now and just projecting to here in Washington in the national chairmanship that there are, concrete ways that to involve grassroots pro-lifers in campaigns and resources that could be put behind that type of activity?
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly I would be, I think I've signed the SBA petition, and I think that there are ways that we can be helpful at the national party with the SBA and other right-to-life groups and defensive marriage groups, certainly in legal ways under the Federal Election Commission rules and
Yes.
regulations, of course. But no, I think that social issues that are the fabric of our society, and that I think that for us not to be involved with those issues causes us to turn our back on what I think is the foundation of America, and I'd be, I think, remiss not to be helpful in those endeavors, and I would strive to do that as chairman of the Republican National Committee as well.
That's wonderful. I have one more question.
Sure.
It's very specific, and you'll understand the reasoning behind it.
Okay.
Have you ever given a contribution to or bundled candidate contributions through a pro-choice group such as Wishlist or Planned Parenthood?
No, absolutely. Never have. I oppose using federal money to assist any of those groups. I oppose the provision that allows insurance companies and pools to use federal tax dollars to go towards elective abortion. So never given to those organizations, and I also would oppose the federal tax dollars being used for those as well, and I've never given to candidates that are pro-choice either.
Oh, that's the right answer. Thank you. You know, Susan B. Anthony List was founded on the opposite version of the machine, so thank you very much. They're beautiful answers, and now Maggie's stepping up on marriage.